Good afternoon, and thanks for joining SMTV Live on this Monday. I'm Duncan Gilman.
And I'm Jamie McCook.
Love talking about LinkedIn updates, and one that came up recently is pretty neat. It's specifically targeted to nonprofit organizations. It's called LinkedIn Board Connect, and it's designed to help nonprofits find board members, because a big part of LinkedIn is recruiting.
Right, yeah, and there's like 1.6 billion, I believe, or million nonprofit organizations, and they need about 2 billion, or 2 million?
Yeah, 1.6 million nonprofits, you're exactly right.
And they need about 2 million board members each year. And so, I mean, I think it's going to be a great way for them to help, them find and can fill those spots.
I think it's great, and I love seeing tools not only for businesses to talk about their products and services, but also these innovations in actually finding people. LinkedIn is great for connecting because of this great search engine they have built in, and great ways to connect with people through groups, through companies, lots of different ways to broaden your reach, increase the size of your network.
Right, absolutely.
You know, I have a fun idea. Before we get into the questions, let's play a little prank on our live SMTV audience.
Okay.
Why don't you kind of just pass out on the table here, and we'll have everybody at home watching SMTV on your computer go right now to Facebook or Twitter. You're probably already logged in, and tweet this, send out this message. OMG, Jamie just passed out on SMTV, tune in right now. So we'll see how many tweets we get. Okay, you stay there for a little while. We'll let people tune in and see what happened here. All right, let's go ahead and get to our first questions here. Before we do, just want to make sure that you know how your social media campaigns are going, and you can get everything you want out of them. We're here to help you with that, answer your questions about Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, blogs, Pinterest, whatever you're working on. Oh, that's your line, Jamie. I'll say you stay there. You can email us your questions to questions@splashmediau.com, or you can tweet them to us by using the hashtag SMTVQuestions. I'm going to do the first question. Okay. Let's get going with a question from Nolan. Nolan would like to know which social platforms will be around in 1 year, 5 years, and 10 years. I think this ad lib will work better.
Hey.
If we.
Okay, so it's my question?
It's your question, yes. Go ahead.
Perfect. Okay, well, I mean, it's going to really depend on who you're asking. For me, I think Facebook's going to be around for quite a while, mainly because they have the resources to kind of buy in any competition that kind of, comes into the arena right now. And then LinkedIn's very professional, so that one's a really good way to connect. So I think that one's going to be around.
Yeah, and I like your point about Facebook, and that I didn't think about that, but it makes a lot of sense, kind of the way Google has. I mean, Google is very powerful. Google is a verb. It's part of the dictionary now. And they're so big that it makes sense that if competition comes along, or smaller businesses that would make sense under the Google umbrella, if that acquisition makes sense, they'll buy that company. So maybe, there's just not a whole lot of competition because they are so big.
Right. I mean, with Instagram, like how long were they out there before Facebook instantly was like, okay, we're going to take you. So I think they'll be around for a while for that reason alone.
Now, 10 years, that's hard to say. I mean, that's a long time in the future for social media.
MySpace was around 10 years ago.
That's true.
And it was big then, so
yeah.
It's gone now.
But it's still around in some form, so it's interesting. I mean, it's possible that these main platforms that we talk about all the time may not completely go away, but especially when you talk about a platform like Pinterest, it just shot up so fast, but where is it going to go from here?
Right, you're going to be able to monetize it. Like, if you can't earn money off of it, I can't imagine them sticking around too much longer.
Right.
But then all the, the people that are at home, like picking up recipes like every day to like cook dinner for their families, I'm sure that'll be around for a long time, just because it may not be huge, but people are still going to be on it. Right,
or it'll be in some format out there. I mean, I know there are a lot of copycat sites, so we may just see sort of a merging or migration into one of those other ones too.
Yeah. Brantley wrote to us, can you explain EdgeRank to me?
Yes, we can. Well, EdgeRank is what Facebook uses to determine how popular actions are going to be. Edge is any sort of action on Facebook, anything that happens, whether that's a status update, comment, share, like, anything you do, that's Edge on Facebook. Now, the ranking is determined by 3 different factors. One of those is affinity, which is how close you are, or the creator of the post is, to the fan engaging with you. One of them is weight, and different things have different values. So in other words, a share is worth a lot more than a like.
Right.
And the other one is time or decay or how long that post has been up there.
Right. And of course, the longer it's been up, the lower your edge rank is going to be for it.
Right. So. And this kind of has to do with what we talk about when we say you have to be engaging, you have to reach out in every post and make it worth the user's time to respond, because if they don't, if no one responds to your post, then it's just going to slowly creep away and
they won't see you.
They won't see you, and fewer people will be seeing your post, because not only will their network not see it because they haven't responded, but that fan, even though they've liked your page, that fan will have a lower chance of seeing your future post because Facebook sees that they're not that interested.
Right, it's like a domino effect from there.
It is.
I mean, because if they don't see it, they don't like it, then their community won't like it, and then so on, so on.
Right,
So.
and that's why we see those numbers. You know, as page administrators, you can see this many people have seen your post. And that's why that number just shoots up exponentially. Once you get a couple shares, once you get some comments, it just goes up and up and up, and it just kind of plateaus if nothing happens.
Right. You don't want to see that.
No, you don't. Ray wants to know, how can I earn money on my YouTube videos?
Great question. So you can actually go into your settings in YouTube, and then you can click on the left-hand side, you'll see monetization. And then you'll be able to go on, and all you have to do is enable your account from there. And then all the information you would need to know about, how many, views you need to have will be all listed underneath there for more information for you.
Right. YouTube it has a hugely helpful support section when you go to the website, and it has a bunch of tutorials and a lot of information about every possible thing you can do in YouTube, including earning money on your videos. And you just described it perfectly, described it better than I'm telling you how wonderfully you described it. And you can enable any video, you can enable your whole account for monetization. And what that means is that YouTube will start showing ads either on your video or next to it.
Right, and the good thing is make sure to pay attention to the bottom. It lets you know which videos will be accepted and which ones won't. So you definitely don't want to put a video on there that they won't use.
That's a really good point, because there are already rules on YouTube about what kind of material you can post, but you have to be especially careful on YouTube when you want to enable your videos for monetization to earn money based on what you create, because you cannot have any copyrighted material, anything you don't own, basically. You can't have any of that in your video because you're being paid for it now, and it's all got to be material that you personally have created.
Yes. Allison wrote to us, should I accept LinkedIn connection requests from my competitors?
I'm not sure that I can think of a reason not to. Unless, Allison, you're in a space that's just so cutthroat and competitive in your industry, I can't think of a good reason not to allow those connection requests, because there are a lot of trade shows that go on, a lot of conferences, a lot of industry events where you're going to be interacting with them anyway. So I think it'd probably be helpful to increase your connection.
Right, because if you connect with them, then it just leads to other people being able to view you, and then if it could be someone that's following them already, they could see your company, a blog or something that you write, and then they can just choose to follow you as well. Maybe you'll become top of mind for them.
I think that's great. It makes a lot of sense. Want to thank you for joining us this Monday and getting us off to a great start for the week, even though Jamie passed out in the middle of the show. Thank you for sending in those awesome questions, and keep them coming. For Splash Media, I'm Duncan Gilman.
And I'm Jamie McCook. Have a wonderful day.